This is MJ. I'm an author, I'm an artist, I'm an analyzer. Find all my work at mgmunoz.com. Welcome to Henshin Inspection Presents Celebrate Ishinomori 2021. You can visit mgmunoz.com/hi for notes and links, and don't forget to subscribe. Like, share, and comment to help me grow. So this is Ishinomori celebration day or week for me. It coincides with my launching or relaunching MJ Loves Toku into Henshin Inspection, and I'm going to be releasing Henshin Inspection stuff alongside this, except for maybe delayed by a day or two because I didn't plan very well. I was just excited about the fact that Ishinomori's birthday was coming up, and I guess I bit off more than I could chew. But anyway, regardless of all that, I hope you're here for the Bishoujo Kamen Poitrine Episode 2 analysis, because that's what I'm here for, so I'll go ahead and jump into that right away. So I definitely liked this episode a lot less than I liked the episode I reviewed about a year ago to the day, but it's mostly because the action was a lot more limited, and it was more, I don't know, subdued, restrained. I guess I was just expecting a little bit more, so my expectations more than anything ruined it for me. The actress who plays Yuko is very, I don't know if charming's quite the right word, but she's, I don't know, like relatable and likable, and the stuff with her family was funny, like her little sister saying to people like, hey, you're too old for this, you're too young for that. All that stuff was pretty funny. I guess the execution of these people trying to mock up a debut of Poitrine to make a bunch of money off of it, it just kind of fell flat for me. I didn't really like that. Probably what I liked best, and did I already say the action was kind of lackluster compared to last episode? I mean, last episode we had her, or the first episode, it was a big show. She was on a construction site and she like busted a chain and all these giant pipes fell down on a dude, and it was crazy. It's really crazy to see. Really, exciting stuff. Probably the biggest, boldest, brashest thing that happened this episode was that she tells the villains of the episode that you were willing to do this, I'm going to get vengeance or whatever, and even if justice forgives you, oh, here, I have it, yeah, even if justice forgives you, I will not. And then she kind of, she doesn't like brutalize them or anything like that, but she's pushing them around and she ends up handcuffing them and stuff, and that was, kind of fun and funny, but I guess the humor from the situation comes from the fact that it's such drastic response is being given to such small things. And before I started recording this, showed my daughter a clip of the first episode because she's like, oh, who's this? And I told her, and I said, like God gave her powers, and it's kind of funny. And then in reading it, the subs on the website make it sound like he's a god, but the Japanese kami-sama, I thought that was for the god. Anyway, the show still has its charm, but I guess I was just expecting slightly higher stakes. I know it's a mystery comedy type thing, and I'm cool with that. It's just I don't know, and I enjoyed it, and I would like to watch more, but it's not something I would passionately pursue watching. But so I noticed some things that Poitrine did with the way she would flourish her cape and things like that. It just made me think of Sailor Moon so much, and the fact that she transformed into a disguise to infiltrate the place. And it's really silly because she seemingly teleports out of the place in the beginning of the episode during the cold open, I guess. She teleports out of there, but then she's worried about how to break into this place where the Detective Honda is being held, and she has to disguise herself as like a fishmonger or sushi worker or whatever who's making a delivery of a bunch of premium sushi, which is funny. But she disguises herself with like a glamour spell or whatever, kind of like how Usagi does that in the first chunk of Sailor Moon, where she's putting herself in these different disguises, but it even changes her physicality, which of course you can't do in here because you'd have to just swap out actresses, and I think they wanted to have her on as much as possible. Anyway, so that's pretty interesting. Then the way she flourished her cape, it just reminded me so much of Tuxedo Mask, and even aspects of her costume, or could very well be what inspired Tuxedo Mask. I think that's really interesting. I thought it was interesting, and I'll get back to the Sailor Moon connection in a minute. I thought it was really interesting that she uses these magic handcuffs. So yeah, these handcuffs look like they're supposed to be shaped like the P, for Poitrine, that she does with the little laser light or whatever that she has. And it's just kind of funny. I wonder how many like different props she's gonna have, because she's got the necklace, then it turns into the brooch. She got her little dagger thing, the watch, which she's able to like use it to like unlock the door for Detective Honda. And I kind of wonder how many spells she has and like how random her magic is exactly, because that's kind of humorous. And I guess that's part of the show if it's part of a mystery comedy type thing, right? Anyway, the other thing I wanted to say, oh yeah, back to Sailor Moon, is I wonder how much Takeuchi drew from Poitrine, and I wonder how much Poitrine was drawing from other magical, maybe not magical girl, but like magical person tropes that had already been established that Ishinomori was pulling on for the character. Like, because when they see Ishinomori designed Poitrine, or he's the creator of Poitrine, I don't know if that means he was heavily involved with the production of the show, or if he just gave them a premise and a character and a design for her, and that was pretty much it. To finally get around to finishing my thoughts, though, on the Sailor Moon connection, this was coming out in 1990, and Sailor Moon started publishing in 1992. I don't know what the turnaround is for manga, but I doubt it's 2 years. Maybe it's 1 year. And I really wonder what the source is behind both the things that... I wonder what the source behind the commonalities between Poitrine and Sailor Moon is. I just would find that very interesting. Sailor Usagi does a Sailor V kick against her brother in the first episode of Sailor Moon Crystal, and I believe that's actually in the manga as well. I read the manga years ago, just the first bit of it, and then I felt weird, so I stopped, which is dumb, but whatever. I was younger and more foolish. But anyway, yeah, I wonder what the sources of those commonalities, those superficial similarities, and if they are in fact nods to Poitrine, or inspired by that or whatever. I think it's pretty cool, especially because Sailor Moon becomes a much more serious thing and a much more dramatic thing, and it's cool that you can have both a silly version and a serious version, and I enjoy both aspects of both. But this was overall really fun episode. Some of the tropes and stuff in it were funny, and I want to know more about them, like punching Detective Honda in the gut to knock her out so that she can do whatever she needs to do. That happened in Kiva to several characters. I've seen that in other tokusatsu, and I've never been hit in the gut that hard, but I always wonder every time I see it, is that a Japanese thing? Is that a common thing that I don't know, because I've never really scrapped like that before? Because it even happened in Kiva, and it was so awesome when it happened in Kiva. Toei, this camp. Anyway, so there was that, and there were a couple other things. Maybe it was more the Sailor Moon type things, or the things where she, feels like Tuxedo Mask is very inspired by Poitrine, that made me laugh and kind of were pretty enjoyable. But overall, I liked it a lot. I still like the idea, and I think it's fun. I would like to see Toei, especially on their YouTube channel, do more, or allow fans to do more, to provide subs for these things so that people can see them all over the world. And I think it's a pretty cool initiative that they're doing that. And of course, they're relying a lot on the works of, or inspired by, or started by Shotaro Ishinomori. At least, he's the foundational force behind a lot of these things, and then they were carried off and executed and produced by other people, in partnership or whatever. But, I'm not going to pretend that he was, I don't know how extensive his involvement was with this, and that doesn't really matter. It's more about, what he inspired, what he started, and what the legacy is of his work. That's what I'm interested in celebrating or exploring in this Celebrate Ishinomori week that I'm doing. Maybe a week, probably 5 days, close to that. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say for now.
It'd be really great if you stuck around for more of my Celebrate Ishinomori week and my relaunch of Henshin Inspection. Again, everything's going to be at mgmunoz.com/hi, and I'm tagging all my posts for Celebrate Ishinomori with hashtag Celebrate Ishinomori in the title over there, and everywhere else I'm posting them. So look out for those. I'm over on MeWe at I think I'm MJ Munoz on MeWe. Yeah, it's got the purple bird, the black and white border, and it says author, artist, analyzer, that kind of stuff. So Anyway, you'll know it's me. I'm other places too. I'm on Twitter as well. But you know, I like freedom. So anyway, that's all I have to say for Poitrine. Overall, I have positive feelings towards it. But I did just watch Henshin Ninja Arashi before I ended up coming back to finish this part, and I like that a lot better. But maybe because it's a more, straightforward show as opposed to a comedy series. And it was only the first episode, so who knows what the subsequent episodes are like, right?